My name is Jim Trunzo and I'm the designer of Gladiator, Quest for the Rudis. I'm going to do a couple of short takes here to introduce you to the methods of combat, show you how quickly the system works. However, I'm using homemade components that aren't anywhere near the quality, of course, of what our wonderful artists have done for the final game design, box, attack cards, and so forth. So I hope you enjoy what we're trying to do. The first bit of combat I'm going to show you is the Rudis attempting to throw his net over the Secutor. The Rudis is in control and makes his move allowance, which is 4, and puts him at a distance from the Secutor. From his attack deck and all his various options, he decides that he will use a net attack to an attempt to engulf the Secutor. The Secutor, seeing that coming, from his defense cards, chooses to dodge the net in action. First, we have to decide which of the two cards will bring about the resolution of the action, the attack card or the defense card. Taking the top card off the arena action deck, we check to see under card check, and we find attack. So the attack card will be used to determine the resolution. When we look at the attack card to engulf, to hit says take the accuracy and add 6 to determine the range for the 1d20 check. The accuracy of the Rudis is an 8. When added to the 6, that's 14. The defense, however, says subtract 3 from that, modify the attack by 3 if the net throws to engulf. So now we're at 14 minus 3, or an 11. Taking the next card off the arena action deck, you only make 1 read from each of the cards. We flip it up, check underneath the card check, and we see an 18. The net throw has missed. The question is, where did the net land up? Again, the arena action deck will give us all the information we need to know. We flip it up, look at the landing hex segment of the fast arena action deck, and we see 1 behind. So the net has actually overthrown its mark and landed in the sand behind the Secutor. Darius has thrown and missed with the net attack. He has to see if he remains in control, and the next action card under control shows a 19. Now the Rudis only stays in control on a 1 through 9, so he is out of control, putting the Secutor in control. The Secutor closes and engages and decides that he will make an attack, and when he goes through his deck, he decides that he will use a strong thrust and aim it high at the head of the Rudis. The Rudis, without a shield, goes through his defense deck and decides that he will attempt to duck and then counterattack. As we did before, now that we've chosen the attack and the defense, we'll have to see which of the two cards is used to resolve the conflict. We choose the next fast action or arena action card off the top of the deck, and once again we see the word attack. That means that the attack card will be used to determine the outcome of the attack. The Secutor needs his accuracy plus 7, and in this case his accuracy is a 6 to give us a number 13. The duck and counter says on any weapon thrust subtract 2, so now we're looking at a 1 through 11 success chance. Taking 1 reading from each card requires that we flip the next card and look under the attack to see the number, and it is a 7. The attack hits. To see how much damage is done, we look at the all-inclusive cards, and we see that a strong thrust does 1d6 plus 1 damage. We flip the card, check 1d6 and see 4 plus 1, 5 potential damage. I say potential because we have to see where the attack struck and whether or not the damage is mitigated by armor. We said the aim was high, and checking under location, we see it strikes the left arm of the Radiarius. Fortunately for him, he has the high shoulder guard, and left shoulder and left arm are protected by armor 3. Taking 3 from the 5 damage done, we see that 2 damage goes through, and the Secutor has drawn first blood. We're going to advance to the end of the match. The Radiarius has asked for mercy. He's taken too big of a beating. He knows he's lost the bout, and now he just wants to see if they'll spare his life. To do this and make this decision, we go to the unused portion of the fast action deck and count cards out. 3 for the will of the crowd, 1 because the Radiarius has a veteran status and gets a card toward that, another card because he scored a critical, which counts in his favor, and then finally we set aside the last card, which represents the will of the editor who has paid for the games. We start by flipping up 1 card at a time, and the first card has the crowd howling for the blood of the Radiarius. The second card shows the same thing, and the crowd appears to want blood. But the third card shows thumbs up, show him mercy. The fourth card does the same. Live and die is now, life and death is now in the balance. And the final card shows thumbs down. At this point, we go to the editor, whose card, according to the rules, counts double. It's 3-2 as far as the crowd's concerned to execute the defeated Radiarius. The editor flips the card up, and he has given the sign of life. His vote counts double. We don't end up in a tie. We end up with the Radiarius being spared. The Secutor walks off with a win. The Radiarius walks off with his life.